is dramatically different than it.
Okay. And just tune into start letting your head drop into the body. The sensation is a great way to do this. So I'm just pulling my knees in close to my chest, pulling up my low back, or pulling up my bum, and lowering it back down. So pulling my knees in and gently moving them away. Really small, little rocking. And then holding the knees, start to circle them in toward the chest, apart, away, and then back in. I'm keeping my big toes together and keeping some pressure there. And now I'm going to go the opposite way. Knees together, pushing them away, apart, and in. I'm going to not use my hands so that my brain has to pay attention a little bit differently. Move my shoulder blades down the back. 2 more. And then hold on to your left shin, extend up through your right leg, and pull your left knee in and then put the left foot on the floor. Reach behind the right hamstrings and press the hamstrings into your hands. Bend the right knee and stretch the leg straighter. Bend, stretch. Release the hands down and start to circle the leg without a strap, without your hands. So take it out to the right, forward, and up. Try to keep your jaw out of it, so keep your softening there, and the front of the throat soft. And then go the other way. Couple rounds here, and just keeping your belly engaged so that you don't wobble all over the place. And then, without using your hands, half lotus that right ankle in toward the upper left leg. Don't move it with your hand, don't change it, just wherever it went naturally. Pick up your left foot. There should be no pain. If there's pain, put it back down. But pick up your left foot again, no hands. And just move your head, turn your head right and left. Turn your head left, put the left foot back down, twisting your hips toward the left. Now gently, so my left thigh is on the floor. I'm just in the same position I was in before. I'm just now twisted over to the left. With your hands, press that right thigh forward, or another way to say that is away from the body, gently, and just push it away, kind of like a door. Let it go back in, like, oh, the door is heavy. And do this a couple times. Push it away and let it naturally fold back in. Try to keep your face soft. Now engage at the connected point. Push the left thigh into the right ankle to bring the whole unit back up. And now you're going to drop it over to the right side. It's possible this feels less bad. And left foot is flat on the ground. And again, your hand is going to help you. You're just going to push that right thigh away from you. But this time it feels different. It's the inner thighs facing the ceiling. Open your left arm, turn your head left. So your face is facing away from the leg. And then turn your head to the right. And left. And right. Leave it here. Relax both elbows, shoulders. Breathe. Find that contact place of the ankle and the thigh and bring it back to the middle. Interlace your hands behind the left leg and so gently, again, no pain in either knee. So if it hurts, back out of it. Pull the unit of the legs toward you. and a slight shearing motion side to side, super little, just a little bit of coaxing right and left, little shearing. And then steady in the center, release your left foot down, send the right leg up again, point the right toes and flex 5 times, 4, 3, 2, hold flexion, reach through that heel, and then send the leg all the way down to the mat. Pause here, feel for your frontal hip bones, level them. Keeping them level, extend from the, try to isolate the ankle. So don't send the leg out of the hip socket. Keep the hip sockets level, or the hip points level. Just try to extend your inner ankle, your inner heel away from the ankle bone. Yeah. Oof. And then stretch through the heel without pulling the whole leg. And now go ahead, let the whole leg elongate, reach your arms back. You may feel longer, taller. Stretch your lower back toward the floor. And then point your right toes, foot, knee bends and foot drags onto the floor. 2 bent knees, feet go as wide as the mat. Snow angel, your arms down by your side. Place your hands on your tummy and take a few rounds of breath. Feeling, noticing the slow rise and fall in the tummy. In theory, this may be soothing, but it's possible it's not, because you may hold a lot of tension there. And it'll be a while before that breaks up. We just go breath by breath. Notice how it really is. And then start to bring your feet more parallel. Extend your left leg long on the floor. Raise it up toward the ceiling and start to circle that out to the side, away and back up. Keep your belly somewhat firm so that you're not flailing. And circle that leg. And go the other way. Interlace your hands behind somewhere tight-ish on the hamstrings. If there is such a spot, find the tightest one you can and add that tension of the hands resisting the leg. Bend the knee and extend. Bend, and you're extending into the warmth of your hands. It's kind of like some kind of a straightening iron. Next time the leg is straight, leave it there for a moment and then bend the knee, bringing the foot into half lotus. Don't move it with your hands, just notice where it landed. Let's do that one more time. Straighten it up to the sky, bend the knee, foot toward the upper right hip, natural half lotus. And just stay here, hands to the frontal hip points, level the hip points. Notice what kind of adaptation the rib cage needs to do. And breathe. Then drop the whole unit over toward the right. The outer right knee, outer right thigh on the floor. Turn your head to the right. With your right hand, gently press that left thigh away and let it rock back towards you. That left foot can come to the ground or not, it doesn't have to. Just push the thigh away and let it gently return. A few times. Not forcing. Just lubricating. Think of synovial fluid in the joint, making this feel good. And if it doesn't, back out of it. Doesn't seem to be going in the right direction of feeling better. Make contact between the outer ankle and the upper knee and pick the whole thing up. Drop it over on your left side. Turn your head to the right and left and right and left. Eventually let the head go to the left. And you can lift the knee and push it away. Lifting it away from the floor, pressing it away. Gently rocking here. Adducting and relaxing. For 3, 2, and feel the contact between the ankle and upper knee. Bring it into the middle. Reach behind the right leg. Gently pull. Hips are level. Don't hurt yourself. Shear right to left. Kind of giving yourself a nice lower back massage. And then steady in the center, pull just a little more. Keep those shoulders low. Turn the head right and left. Lubrication in that cervical spine through all those joints. And then release the right foot down. Draw the left knee toward you and back up to the sky. Extend the foot and flex and point the toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend that leg all the way down to the ground. Pause there, adjust the frontal hip points, see that they're level. Extend your inner heel away from the inner ankle bone. Try to find that without extending the leg. Just try to isolate that, extend that opening. And then drag the center heel away from you, feeling the quads tone maybe. And then go ahead and reach that leg farther. Stretch the right leg out too. Reach both arms overhead. Extend through your inner ankles. Inner heels, inner ankles. Reach through your arms. Bring both of your feet over to the left. Grab hold of your left wrist and bend toward the right. In fact, take your shoulders more to the right and pull. You can move your hips a little bit more to the left if you need to. So you're kind of a palm tree here. Left palm presses away from your head. Long body, pull your ribs down if they're flared like mine are. And then release your arms. Move your leg unit over to the right side of the mat. Shift your hips over there too. And then bend over to your left. Grab your right wrist and pull. Right palm presses away from your head. Ribs soften down toward the floor. Breathe. Stretch that side waist. Push through that right foot. Maybe you can feel the psoas. Yas. That's kind of excellent, maybe. In a sensation kind of way. And then come back to the center. Shift your hips, shift your feet. Make an X and reach out through both feet, both hands. And sense, in your mind's eye, see the center of the X, where those lines get crossed. And pull in there. Imagine a hot, hot little poker there. So you can mark that. X marks the spot. Find it, identify it, and engage there. And from that spot, I can see it in this sort of shadow of my imagination. Reach out. Reach your limbs out from that center. Kind of like a butterfly too, yeah? And then see the center. Start to bend in. Squeeze your tummy and pull your limbs in. Pull into a tiny little ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze your knees all the way up to your nose. And we'll begin to rock forward and back. Eventually, finding a nice comfortable seat, and start to holding your knees, start to cat-cow from a seated position. Arching the chest forward, chin up, tucking the chin and rounding. Turn yourself into a little rocking chair. Really pulling up out of the pelvis and then rocking back into the pelvis. And then when you're comfortable, switch legs so the opposite shin is in front and start to circle around. I'm still holding the knees. You're going to start to move the ribs, the shoulders, and you're still cat-cowing here in your own way. So as you're circling, chest is moving into that cow, and as you're going back into cat, see if you can notice those parts. And then opposite direction. And if you need to keep the head still, you can, or be fluid with the head. And if you're feeling kind of nauseous, that's normal too. Come to stillness, sit tall, identifying the feeling of the two bones, pressing into the floor, those sits bones, and lift up tall. But don't force anything. Reach your arms up. Your left hand's going to come to your right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lifting up your spine. Turn, look over the right shoulder. Try to move your spine forward in the body. And then back to the center, reach your arms up. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you, lift the chest. Moving through that center, turn and look over your left shoulder. What do I mean by that? Spiral up through the center. Rather than moving your spine this way or that, it's one long column. Broaden the front chest. Ooh. And then come back to the center. Come back onto your elbows. Stick your legs out in front of you and squeeze your buttocks. Pull your belly flat and just kick. Legs are in the air. You're on your elbows and just kick out through your straight legs. So you're just kind of like backstroke kicking. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then reach through your arms. Low boat. Press low back into the floor. Squeeze your tummy. Arms are forward, reaching toward your toes. For 5, chin is up, shoulders up, chest is wide. 3, 2, float your toes, and jackknife up. Cross your shins. Go right to downward facing dog. Inhale to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the left knee, press the right heel down. Push through your hands. Enjoy. Lift your toes, bend the right knee, press left heel down. Enjoy. Walk your feet forward. Feet together, big toes touching, heart arches up. Exhale, rounding over. Belly strong. Push down into the earth to rise. Reach up to the sky. Hands fold to heart center. Release the hands down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, left and right foot back. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Ujjayi breath, pull up the pelvic floor, draw the belly in. Push the arms long and breathe. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, jump or walk forward. Inhale, heart up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, push to rise, reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Release the hands. Inhale, breathe up. Exhale, wide, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, right, then left foot back, low push-up. Inhale, come on through. Exhale, back, down dog. Stretching that inner heel away from the ankle. Lifting the sits bones high, pushing down through the earth. Inhale, raise your heels, bend your knees, exhale, travel up. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push down to rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release your hands down, inhale up. Exhale, wide fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, left and right foot back, chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Right leg up. Bend the knee. Take the knee to the right, forward and around. So circling that knee. And then go the other way. Knee toward the chest, step the right foot forward. Lower the left knee down. Feel free to have your blocks nearby. Pad your back knee up. Inhale, raise your arms high. Hips are level. Squeeze your left glute as you draw your tailbone long. Bring your left hand down to the block, right arm high. Bring your hips forward. Bend your back knee, reach back for your left foot. Kick that foot into the hand. Turn, look over that right shoulder. Swim it forward. Bring the hands back up onto the front thigh. Just hold here, keep squeezing that left glute. I want you to bring the hips farther forward, but don't stick your butt out. So keep your hips tucked under, just move them a little bit more forward. And a little more forward. Keep pushing through your thigh. Find that point where your left quad, inner left quad stretches. Stay there. Breathe. Good. Tuck your left toes under, lift that back knee up. Move the blocks, step back, plank. Low push up, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg up, bend the knee, and circle the leg. Try to keep the hips pretty steady. And go the other way. Knee comes toward chest, step that left foot forward, lower the right knee. Bring your hands up onto your left thigh. Lean back a little bit, tuck your tailbone under. So you feel that right hip flexor, yeah? Arms come up. Nice long extension. Point your right toes so you're not holding on with your toes at all. Squeeze and grip the buttocks more. Then the right hand comes down, block here. Let the hips travel forward a little bit. Right shoulder blade on the back, twist. Bend the back knee, left hand to the right foot. Push that right foot back into the hand. Look over the left shoulder. Release that back leg. Bring the hands to the front thigh. Pad whatever you need. Try to level your hips. So feel for the frontal hip points. Squeeze the hips in. Push down through that left thigh. Tuck tailbone. Bring the whole pelvis forward till you feel more the inner quad. Push down through that left leg. Back toes. Just stay. Then raise your arms. And hands come down. Tuck your right toes under. Lift the back knee. Step back plank. Bend the elbows, upward facing. Hopefully it's warming up in your body a little bit so the hips can come forward without the back hurting. Exhale, downward dog. Stretch out that spine. Get it younger, feeling younger at least. Open the shoulders, limber it up. Turn the head right and left. You'll start to feel good, I hope. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend the knees, look forward, jump up. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, melting down. Head shakes, no, and yes. Bend the knees, come to chair. Hold this nice deep squat. Squat a little lower into your body. Let those knees daringly come past the toes. Sit a little deeper, tummy in, little bit deeper. Press all the way up. If you want to go to a wall for some balance, go for it, or don't. Just try it without a wall. And it may not, be as steady as you want, but there may be value in that too. Totally up to you. And if you want to make it harder, you could take your two blocks, or both, stand on your blocks, so put them together. And that always is a challenge. So right knee up. We're not going to use hands or a belt, and we're going to circle that right knee to the right, down and up. So I have my hands on my hips, and I'm standing on the block, just for a challenge. And then I'm going to go the other way. Now, extend that right leg long, bend the knee, and put the foot into half lotus, just wherever it goes. Don't fix it, don't touch it with your hand. That's not the point. All right, let's start again. Foot down, stand on your floor or blocks, feet together. Mine are a little bit apart because I'm on blocks. And just feel stuff, find your center. We'll do the other side. When we go to that half lotus, don't grab it, no hands. So just let the chips fall where they may. Push down to that right foot, left knee up, and circle that leg. With the knee bent, try to keep the hips level, belly in so you're pretty steady. Go the other way. Extend the leg long, no hands, bend the knee, put the foot into lotus. See where it goes. And then put the foot down. Stand on your left leg, right knee up, right leg straight, foot into half lotus, no hands. See where it goes. Center it, right foot down, left leg out straight, bend the knee, natural half lotus. As if it were natural. Bring the knee back to center, extend the leg, and left foot down, stand on the floor or on your blocks. Find your center. Extend the right leg long, out in front of you. Swing it out to the right and all the way back behind you. Bend the right knee. Without grabbing the foot, Natrajasana, that right hand as though you're going to reach for it. Reach the left arm forward. Keep kicking that right leg back, reaching the left arm forward, but don't hold your foot. Just let the hand follow it. Squeeze that right glute, kick that leg, and bring it down. Tadasana, stand on your feet. Find your equilibrium, find your breath. Notice the pelvis. It might have more sort of anterior or posterior dexterity. In other words, you can tip it forward and back. Easier, maybe. Bend the knees. Let's just circle the hips around. Circle. So legs are squeezing together. Circle your butt, your hips, and then go the other way. hands steady on both. Stand on that right leg. Pick up the left knee, extend the left leg forward. Out to the side. Back behind you, bend the knee. Reach the left hand behind you, but don't grab the foot. Right hand forward. Kick that left heel back. Just let the left hand follow, but don't hold it. Kick, use your glutes and hamstrings. Kick it. Reach forward and release. Windmill your arms. Hands to your knees. Circle. Circle knees, circle hips, however you think of it. Circle ankles. We're making circles here. So I'm holding my knees and I'm circling. Good. Step off your blocks. Stand on the mat. Just notice stuff. Move your blocks out of the way. And walk. We're still balancing, so if you want to stay at a wall, go ahead, because we're still going to stay and do some balancing here. I'm going to stand at the back of the mat, so if you want to choose the mat, start at the back, because we're going to walk our tree forward into dancer. Starting with the left side, right foot planted. Draw your left knee up, and without using your hands, put your left foot somewhere into a natural tree. So wherever it lands, as long as it isn't your inner kneecap. Bring your hands to your heart and push your hands into one another isometrically so they both resist evenly. Feel your shoulder blades slide across your back. Lift through the head. Good. Raise the arms, separate them out into a V, and lift your trunk. Turn your left knee forward. Step it in front of you. Reach your left arm in front of you, right hand back with the palm open toward the outside. Bend the right knee and take the inside of your foot. Natarajasana, left arm is forward, right leg back behind you. Hips are forward. Breathing here, 4, 3, find that back bend. Kick 2. As you release, come back to Tadasana. Feet together. Windmill your arms until they feel normal. Shoulders back, neck long, stay still and breathe. You may notice that your lungs, or your ribs at least, are expanding more evenly, more robustly. Put the weight on your left foot, draw your right knee up, and open the right hip, put the right foot wherever it goes as long as it's not on the inner knee, causing pain. Tree pose. Bring the hands to the heart. Push through both palms evenly. Raising the head up. Raise the arms up. Make a V. Feel that beautiful extension here. Eyes alert. Turn your right knee forward, take a step with your right foot, a reach through your right arm, left hand behind you. Bend the left knee. So I stepped onto my right foot, left knee behind me, reach back, kick back through that left foot, forward through the right arm for 4. Dancer, 3. Engage the glute back there. 2. Kick it and reach. And release. Tadasana, feet together, circle the arms. Backstroke the arms, feet together. Notice things. Open the soles of the feet. Feel that earth connection, that grounding, landing in your body. Spreading the soles. Strong, sturdy legs, chest widening, palms open and receptive. Face soft and receptive. Gaze very quiet. Reach the arms out and up. Feel that long extension. Bend the elbows gently
Squeezing the shoulder blades, find that upper back bend.
Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, please fold over. Inhale, looking up. Step your left foot back, right foot back. Bring your right foot into natural half lotus. Hold. Can you bend the elbows? Do a push-up. Come back up. Stretch your right heel back. Draw left knee in. Natural half lotus. Bend the elbows. Straighten the arms. Step it back, plank. Drop your knees, chest and chin. Slide into a cobra. Open the chest, squeeze the elbows in. Pubic bone down, shin up. Come all the way down onto the floor. Palms rest under the forehead, bend the knees. Windshield wipe the feet, right and left. Extend the legs long. Draw the right knee up into like a wide sort of tree on your belly. Hip opener here, or like a half frog. I don't know what to call it, but just hold there. Now try to ease that knee more to the right if there's room. Squaring your hips toward, I don't know if you can hear me, squaring your hips toward the floor. Breathe into your lower back area. Push down with that right knee into the ground and stretch that leg long behind you. Roll it in and turn it toward the floor so you're in neutral again. Bend the knees, windshield wipe the feet, right and left. Right leg long, and then draw your left knee up and out to the left. Hip bones facing the floor. Lower back long, so the glutes are kind of engaged, not a ton, just softly. Maybe that left knee can go farther out to the left so that it's more of a stretch. And I'm gonna push down just a little bit. I'm not gonna torture myself, but I'm gonna push down into the floor, using the floor to help me resist and create more tone in that inner left thigh where I need more tone. So you can do this passively too. I'm just choosing not to. So I'm pushing down into the floor, creating more adduction. For me, I need more stability, and this will help me have that. Okay, then let it relax. Stretch the leg out long behind you, rotate it in slightly, and just hang out here, breathe into your lower back. Hands by the sides of your chest, push back to a child's pose with the arms extended forward. Breathe low and deep into your hips and lower back. Try to melt any tension in the shoulders, and sometimes that tension hides in the armpits. For me, that is where it hides. That's where it is. Then draw your belly to your spine. Everything else remains heavy, and use your tummy to roll you up to a seated position here. Tummy is deep, and then extend the spine up. Shift forward. I like a block, but you might like a blanket. A block may be too high. but I like a block. So you're gonna sit on your bum. No block, or blanket. Any of those. You're going to extend your right leg long. Your left foot, you're gonna lean to your right, and I know you guys have knee stuff or foot stuff, so you're gonna have to feel your way through this. You may need a towel or a blanket or something behind the knee. You're gonna fold your knee so that your foot goes back, like in a quad stretch. Right leg is forward. Maybe this is no big deal. I'm up pretty high, so it's much less of a deal. If I were just on my bum, it would be a bigger deal. Are my hips level? Yes. Now, the reason I'm on a block is because when I do this on the floor, my hips are not level. I can't get them level, and I've hurt myself before doing anything from here because of that. So, are my hips level is my first and most important question. Am I in any pain? No. Am I in pain that I think isn't pain or like good for me pain? No. But if you are, I want you to modify because it's not good pain. Even if it is, let's just say it isn't for today. It's a hard thing to know the difference. At least I think it's hard. I really have never found out if other people don't think it's hard, even though I've been sort of curious for 30 years. Okay, now, my hips could be stuck under me. I don't want that. I want to anterior tilt my pelvis. So twerk the buttock back. So flare your booty back. So arch your lower back. Then proceed into a forward fold. Only if it feels okay. Bend the right knee if it doesn't change something. If it doesn't, please, no pain, sharp pain. There is stretching sensation. And again, pain is so subjective. I don't even know that we're all talking about the same thing most of the time. It's aggravating. Gonna have to have a think room on this one day. Keep your belly in. Come on up. Again, no pain on this, okay, guys? Bend the right knee. Pick the right foot up. Can the right foot go into some kind of natural half lotus? I'm actually going to use my hand now and bring my right ankle up onto my left upper thigh. My right knee is not going on that floor, guys. So I'm going to take the block and I'm going to support that right side and be right here in this half lotus. Again, you can have a blanket between the calf and the upper thigh. We could stop right here. And if we're doing that, we're going to hold the foot in the knee and sit up tall and push the right foot into the upper left thigh. Pelvic floor is really a great thing to tone here. If we wanted to go a tiny bit more, we could raise our right arm, reach it behind our back, and see if it wants to hold the right toes. Same arm grabs the same foot. This is confusing at this point for our brain. But the foot that's on your leg, that's the right one. And the right arm, that right hand just grabbed that foot. It's on the left side, so the brain's like, huh? Now, let's say this is all going well. Left hand can go to the right knee, and you can twist and look over that right shoulder. Let's say this is not going well. Back out, go back to any of the earlier iterations. Now, what I like about this is the foot that's in half lotus does something to the tension on the left hip flexor that I haven't found anything else does. It I don't know why, but they knew what they were doing with these weird shapes. And then release that foot carefully. If you're in that twist, unwrap it. I meant to say this too. Let's say you couldn't grab the foot. You could have grabbed, and on the other side, your left elbow. So that left hand can hold the foot and you hold that left elbow. I'm gonna do that on the other side. Let's come out really carefully. Hands are gonna hold that right leg. It's passive. You're gonna lift the knee to center so you don't twist it. Pause here, let your brain find where you are. Draw up tall so you have really good spinal PNS, like peripheral nervous system awareness. And then we're gonna lean back to the right, untuck that left foot, and just see how we are. Are we okay? I'm okay. Hopefully you guys are okay. Have I found enlightenment? Nope, still here. Okay. I'm gonna always have to check. Lean, could happen. Lean to the left. They say with these seated poses, you never know. If it's okay, fold that right leg back. Let's say it's not. Maybe you need to raise your seat. Maybe you don't need to be up at all. Maybe you want a towel between the calf and the right thigh. Balance your hips. Before we extend that left leg, let's get those hips level. This is important for the lower back and maybe other parts. It's my lower back that gets mad. Extend your left leg. If all is well, sit up a little taller, anterior tilt, twerk the butt back, so moon your butt back, and then start to fold. This might feel great. It's possible. I like it quite a bit. Now, if it doesn't, one thing you could be doing is bending that left knee and pulling that, I'm gonna do it because it's better for me, to pull that left thigh in actively. Oh, my neck. Why it's better is the hamstrings engage. And mine are so overstretched that I prefer to strengthen them while I'm stretching them so that I'm getting strong. But if you are under stress, if you're like stressed out, forward folds without that kind of extra or just the medicine. Pull the tummy strong and come on up. Oh, my neck is really getting a whole bunch of adjustments. I don't know why. Bend that left knee. Now can we, and it's not a big yes for me, can we, using our brain, just put that left foot up on that right thigh somewhere in half lotus? No. I could on the other side. This side, it's always been a struggle. I'm gonna manually move it up the leg. Is that knee going down? Heck no. Especially because I'm already raised up. But I don't want to risk, this is my tighter side or my weirder side. So I'm gonna put a block under there. And sit up tall. Are my hips level? You never want to enter into a twist with the hips being wonky. No good. I only say it so strongly because I have had I've figured out so many ways to get hurt. And that one you can really reliably count on. Find level hips, long spine. Let's say this is enough. Beautiful. Let's say you want more. Left hand can come back behind you and grab that right elbow. Or if you have the dexterity, you grab those left toes with your left hand. This is plenty for me. This is helping me open my very, very tight front left shoulder. And if everything feels okay to do it, we're gonna twist gently to the, ooh, this adds a whole nother bit, like fire, another log on the fire, head turning over that left shoulder. Neck is very swan-like here. Untwist carefully if you chose to. Release that left arm carefully. Grab your left knee, lift it to center. Do not take chances. Put that left foot down, wait for your brain to figure out where you are. Lean to your left, bring that right foot back out, and soles of the feet together. Let's open here into Baddha Konasana. Hold, if you have blocks, put one, I'm sitting on one, so you probably would need 3. Put one under each leg, or don't do this. But if you have one, push your legs into the block and let that block resist. I'm holding my ankles and pulling up away from the legs at the same time. And let's circle the head around here. 2 circles, one direction and to the other. If you're only comfortable with half circles, please only do half. After you've done 4, if it feels okay and you want to go forward, go for it. If it does not, of course, don't. Now you could put a block here under your forehead. Try to leave your butt on the ground. My butt does not want to stay down because of ambition, I guess. Add a little pressure to the inner balls of the feet. That will tone the inner thigh. Breathe along the back. How's your tongue? My tongue is hard and rigid right now. I'm gonna soften it. Well, I'm gonna try. Walk back up and bring your hands to your tummy like you're an, I don't know, I feel like an ogre. I'm not sure why, I'm an ogre. You may not feel that way, but we're going to make a sound. This is a really deep, relaxing sound for the body and the mind. It's VU, V like veteran, and U. So it's VU. And the key is to make it long, but naturally long, and let the exhale happen on its own. So we're gonna VU. And then breathe. And then let a natural breath occur. Really shake it in the belly. Are you noticing that your hips are opening? It's weird, right? Let's do one more. Notice how the breath shifted? It's so weird. And then fold forward, see if it changed. It's still tight for me, but it's way different. You don't want to overstretch that, but I just wanted you to notice wild, right? And then take your hands to your outer knees, close the legs. Shift off your block, scooch forward, keep your blocks available. You're gonna put it under your butt for a bridge. Your choice how high you want it. I'm looking for kind of a lot of sensation, so I want the highest option right now. But please choose what feels right for you now. We just did so much, so we opened our hips, we strengthened our hips in so many different directions, and finally this one. It may feel great, it may feel tender. Hard to know. What the way I want you to gauge it is, are you able to breathe here well, or is your breath kind of short, perhaps signifying fear in some way? Or are you able to keep relaxing far, even past where you were with the VUs? So I'm gonna say, although my mind wanted that height, my body does not. I'm gonna go lower, I'm going to the medium. It's not as titillating for my mind, but I can breathe better. I think this is a good dating tip. We want that dumb daters, dumb young daters want that titillation, that stretching sensation. What's your breath doing? Are you relaxed on that date? Is this someone you can relax with, enjoy life with, or is this always going to be tense? These are signals to read in your body that seem silly, and they're not. Stretch your legs all the way out straight. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I figured out all kinds of ways to get hurt. So take a word from a seasoned professional, or not. If you are feeling kind of fancy, you can do Supta Baddha Konasana here by taking the second block, placing it where your knees are, and butterflying yourself into this right here on your back. Raised with the block and the feet raised as well. I love doing it this way because it feels good, but also the first time I did it was from one of my favorite teachers ever, who I will shout out here, Christine. Take your hands to your outer legs, close them if you open them, or just bend the knees, place the feet flat, lift the buttocks up off the block, and move the blocks. I like them under the backs of the thighs. Most people like them lower, by the knees or calves. Raise your head up, hold it in your hands, and imagine the night sky, and you're just looking at each constellation, using your hands to pivot the head around. Center your head. Lay that gorgeous crystal head down. Beautiful clear quartz. When the head is clear, we reflect things more honestly, more truly, I suppose. Although there's really no way to know. Massage the base of the skull, right at the hairline. And by massage, I mean just so lightly, just at the very superficial level. And you may even feel tingles. This is so important for lymph. There is a lot of Omni-Again, or I don't know what variant this is going around, but a lot of my clients in LA are getting it. And we want this lymph here to be, this is the place I notice gets bad fast. And then take your palms to the sides of the neck, brush this lymph down. We've got to keep the lymph flowing. I think if you are getting sick, this will help you get better faster. And if you're not sick, great. This is going to help your immune system stay clear and strong. Then we're going to tap here on the thymus. This is it's right in the center of the chest, and it's upper chest. It's the Ivy League school for your immune system. It's where your T cells go to school, and they get a really good education. And what are they getting educated in? This is really important. Being able to tell the difference between you and not you, because we don't want autoimmune. want this school, we want them all to go to class and pay attention, so we're just giving them a little razzle dazzle here, just reminding them to pay attention. And then come down to your bottom of your ribs, and you're just gonna, from the center, you're gonna stroke outward. And this is not the lymph go in toward the center, but we're stroking out because we are just paying homage here to the spleen and the liver. Two places really important for detox, as are the kidneys. So stroke down a little lower on your side, lower waist. Like if you were a violin right at the, or a cello right at the bottom of the hourglass, I guess, or like a person. And then bring your arms down by your side. You might feel tingly. Take a deep breath in. Sigh out the mouth. Two more. Inhale. If you're holding any stress, let it out through the exhale. One more time. Deep breath. Gosh, let your body go. Let it release into this floor. If you're on a wood floor, great. Let it leach the stress out of your body. If you're not, great. Just release, release, release. Let the stories unwind themselves. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, reach your arms back. Maybe lift your butt up if you're kind of propped on blocks and stretch. Oh my goodness, just notice all the length you've found this morning. And then bend your left knee, roll to your right and get tiny. Curl into a tiny, tiny ball. Breathe into your back. This space that's more pure, fewer insults back here. It brings in frequencies more purely. And then push down to rise up, posting up to a seat. Come up onto your block if you can. And sit up nice and tall and steady. Turn your palms and raise your arms up. Call in what you want for the day. Call in what you want. I want mental clarity. Fold your hands, bring them to the heart. I want focus. And I want light to reach all of those who are lost in the dark. One Om, inhale. Bring your thumbs to your forehead, lifting heart into the mind. We bow, honoring our practice, honoring ourselves and our community, honoring this joyous, beautiful life. Namaste.
Have an amazing day. I'll see you soon.